Hi dear Thrivers, today I want to talk to you about why you feel worse after leaving a narcissist. This will have shocked you if this happened to you, or it is going to stun you when it happens, just as it did me. And people around you don't understand it. They say to you, you've left now, you should be better. The reason why this has happened to you is called aftershock. So let me explain what aftershock is. Aftershock happens because you're no longer in the fight, which has kept you engaged. You've got space away from the narcissist to feel the onslaught of the abuse from yesterday, last week, last month, and all of the previous years. And it feels like when it hits, like a freight train. Aftershock feels like overwhelm, deep despair, total heartbreak, and so much more. And one of the big things about aftershock is the obsessional thoughts of what happened, what should have happened, what could have happened, and you go over and over it in your head, but you don't get resolution. You feel so exhausted from aftershock, it's like you can barely function. You may barely be able to get out of bed, eat, or sleep. And your PTSD symptoms of adrenaline surges and panic attacks are really heightened. It feels like you're going crazy and you wonder how you're going to survive these feelings. I really want you to know it's actually a very rare individual who doesn't suffer from aftershock. It's so much more common than not. But the good news is you are not going mad. And there is a powerful solution to heal from this, which I'm going to be getting to soon. Let's check out the danger of unhealed aftershock. If you don't know how to recover specifically from aftershock, these overwhelming feelings and states can lead to choices which are really bad for you. And the most common being breaking no contact. If you left the narcissist yourself, the aftershock can lead you to second guess yourself, and you might think, I made a mistake. I really do love this person. And it makes you think of all the ways that possibly you could make the relationship work, because you're rationalizing that such intense feelings and states of obsessing about this person and even longing for resolution must be love. And maybe I'm meant to be with them, and maybe it's even a soul contract for me to make this relationship work. Even though logically, you may have already done this many times in the past, and each time you did go back to this person, things got worse. They never got better. Or if the narcissist discarded you, you may go down the horrible path of trying to get resolution with the narcissist, and you take on so much of the blame that the narcissist is assigned to you, and you go back apologizing and feeling like you're trying to crawl back to them, and they still devalue, reject you, and may have even replaced you and rubbed the new supply in your face, which crushes your soul and your heart even further. With your aftershock symptoms, you may be struggling to work. You could be at risk of making dangerous mistakes at work, or even losing your job. It's incredibly difficult for you to be available and healthy for the people that you love around you. You may be snapping at them and know that you're not there for them, especially your children. You may be unknowingly pushing away your support networks because you're so triggered and you're feeling so victimized, and they can't understand what is happening with you, and they don't know how to help you. Everything and everyone you care about is deeply impacted by unhealed aftershock symptoms. And worst of all, you feel like you're writhing in agony and you can't understand why it's so bad. And you may be led to believe that fixing things with a narcissist is your only way out of these terrible feelings. Even if you know that you would never return to the narcissist, Aftershock and its impact may have totally taken you by surprise. Now, I want you to understand that when you try to defeat the narcissist in aftershock, it's not great. Because narcissists, at the end of relationships, they don't play fair. They decide that you're the enemy and they seek to destroy your credibility with smearing, and they want to dismantle your ability to move on healthily, and they feel entitled to go after the house, the assets, and often the kids. And this is devastating enough for any mere mortal to try to survive, let alone somebody suffering aftershock. Many people don't do well in this phase, understandably, when they don't know how to get relief from the aftershock. Because in this place of PTSD, diminished ability to deal with the real life necessities of paperwork, solicitors, and legal actions, many narcissists win the spoils. And they leave their victims emptied out and feeling like their life can and will never recover. Even if you don't have property or children with narcissists, they will usually find a way in your aftershock to completely destroy your reputation, replace you with new supply, and have all and sundry believe, maybe even your close contacts, that you were the crazy and abusive one and that they were the victim. Tragically, this is what happens to virtually every victim in aftershock. The more you try to do something to stop this destruction to your life, the crazier and more guilty you will appear. And even people who love you may not believe you, and judges and courts certainly don't. I had this experience too, as many of you have had, or you might be going through it now. In aftershock, things get progressively worse no matter what you try to do to make these things stop. However, I discovered how to turn this all around, and the good news is that in our community, Thrivers Healing with NARP regularly heal from aftershock quickly, and they do. They become empowered and solid, and then they are able to defeat the narcissist. They do this regularly. So, how to heal from aftershock. All right, so here's the real truth about this. Of course, in aftershock, you believe that the issues are out there. They're happening outside of you. Yet the more you try to combat them and survive them and stop them happening, the worse they get. However, with the use of NARP, you can turn inwards with the healings and realize that the aftershock is in there. It's going on within your somatic emotional body inside of you, in your emotional self. And it's deeply happening within your subconscious programs. When you use the healings in NARP, especially Module 1, when aftershock really hits, over and over doing Module 1, because that's healing what hurts right now, and just follow the instructions in the module. The overwhelming triggered trauma that feels so overwhelming, and it is like a complete and utter breakdown. It's released from within and it's replaced with the light, which is the source life force energy that NARP fills you with, and it heals what we can't. What starts to happen even from the first healing is relief. The negative emotions and the obsessive thoughts start to melt away, and what follows is peace, solidness, and hope. And then what starts to come online within you is powerful feelings of solution and support, and then they actually start coming into your life. And as you get better, the disconnection with the narcissist becomes more real. You're not as triggered. The things they try to do start falling flat. They don't work. And people in your world, even those who were previously siding with the narcissist, start to awaken organically to the truth. And instead of you doing things to try to convince them from a place of aftershock, this all starts coming together because you changed your inner beingness, where the trauma was really going on. It's quantum law. So within, so without. It's a law as absolute as gravity. And when you heal your inner world, your outer world must shift to follow, and it does. This means you're going to start to get solid support from the right solicitors, judges, and get the right and true settlements, as well as key people in your life waking up, seeing the truth, and coming back to support you. And additionally, while you're working with NARP, you receive incredible support from the entire MTE NARP Thriver team regarding any issues that you're dealing with, because they know how to help you create your breakthrough with all of it. If you're suffering from aftershock right now, or you know you need to leave and you're terrified about having to go through an awful time with a narcissist, which it is, it's one of the worst times of your life, then I can't recommend NARP enough to support you. There is a really disempowered way to separate, which can be very, very painful, acrimonious, and traumatizing. And there's an empowered way where you take your sanity and your life force and control back. And NARP is the key to the latter. So check out the link that's in the show notes, which is NARP. And also too, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with people who you believe it could help. So until the next one, keep smiling, keep healing, and keep thriving, because there's nothing else to do. Lots of love. Bye-bye.